We spent most of the year last year making the point that the Senate was back at work, and under the open procedures that we have under the leadership of Senator McConnell, we're actually allowing people to submit ideas, have votes on amendments, and it resulted in a number of bills, a great number of bills, being passed by the House and Senate on a bipartisan basis and signed into law by the President. I skipped out on this stakeout a couple of weeks ago, and one of the members of this press corps followed me back to my office with questions about the narrative of had that ended this year? Are we now in an election year bogged down with prospects of not much getting done? I worried about that for a while because we did seem to be at a standstill on a couple of important issues. But we are really delighted to stand before you today and say not only is the Senate back at work, but in this session of this Congress, the Senate is still at work. And the accomplishments that we will have this week, today, of course, the FAA reauthorization, and later on the energy bill, which did take a while and which was bottled up by what we viewed as an extraneous issue that could be handled elsewhere. These are two great accomplishments that we're going to give to the American people this week. In addition, just this year, we passed legislation to fight the opioid epidemic, protect intellectual property, impose new sanctions on North Korea. And we have every reason to believe that soon there will be a resolution between the House and the Senate on an EPW issue involving the TSCA bill. This law has not been updated since 1976, and we think that's right around the corner. So while last year the narrative was that the Senate was back at work, I think the narrative continues to be in this first 3.5 months of 2016 that the Senate is still at work with bipartisan accomplishments, with conciliation, and actually getting things to the President on behalf of the American people.